have to face facts. The Republicans blew it. You know, I'm angry not just because of the result of the election. We've now stuck with brain dead Joe Biden and the wicked witch of the left, one of them, which is Kamala Harris. And I can assure you, when Joe Biden passes away, and it'll probably be sooner rather than later, either by natural causes or someone's going to give him something, he doesn't wake up one morning, and we then have Kamala Harris as president, I'll bet you anything she will then insert Hillary Clinton as vice president. Can you imagine that? The two witches stirring their cauldron in the White House against the interests of the American people with their leftist, otherwise criminal activity. Unbelievable thought. But you know what? The Republicans are to blame. They blew it. And we have to remember that because, you know, they had advance warning. The president gave them warning as to what was going to happen. His campaign staff and his lawyers failed him. They could have taken prophylactic action, that's action before the fact, before any fraud was committed. Now they're having extreme difficulty uncovering it. We haven't seen one major concrete instance of fraud other than 2,600 ballots in Georgia, and they stuffed it so much with the Democrat votes, that's barely a fraction of how Joe Biden purportedly won. But there's another thing that offends me about what the Republicans are doing. They've turned this into a scandal industry. As I say in my book, it takes a revolution, forget the scandal industry, which you can get at Amazon.com. It's in audio. It's in print. You can get it on Kindle, all forms. You got to read it. Read the Declaration of Independence first. But how many emails do you get every day asking for money from President Trump and his campaign? President claims he's worth $8 to $10 billion. Should the American people be paying money now during a worsening coronavirus crisis, assuming it is worsening, but even if it isn't, it's still bad? I think it's really offensive that this is happening because the American people need that money for themselves. And ask yourselves this, I say this every single day. What has our so-called government done? And it's being led by the president currently and the Republicans to recuperate the damage that communist China has caused. Why did Freedom Watch have to bring a class action in Dallas, Texas to recuperate that damage, which is going forward, or in Jerusalem, Israel, or a criminal case in The Hague? What's going on? Why is the government so afraid of its shadow? Why doesn't it represent the interests of the American people? The government has broken away from us. We have to face facts. Stop watching the Kool-Aid on Fox News. Sean Hannity, Tucker Carlson, Laura Ingraham, the rest of them. That's the way that Fox News jingles change in the evening. During the day, they jingle it from the left or from the center. It's become a totally corrupt racketeering enterprise, in effect, because they're giving you fraudulent information to make money, which is costing you money in the end as the taxpayer. So that's my message for today. I'm going to keep it short. But when you get another fundraising email from the Trump campaign or from the Republicans, ask them why they're trying to shake you down for money and why they're not spending their own considerable money, including the president's money, which is $10 billion. You know, let's also be candid about one other thing. If the president had moderated himself, at least in terms of the way he behaved leading up to the election, he probably would have won. He has done many good things, and I've supported him, and I've been his law firm. But if he stages a comeback someday, maybe in 4 years, or buys a station, let's hope he does, and wipes Fox off the face of the map, he needs to use a different approach. And as I've said many, many times, he needs to get people who are better and honest around him. He does not need people like Roger Stone who drag him down, or Manafort, or Gates, or Michael Cohen, or the rest of them, or all the defense officials that he had to fire who's now stabbed him in the back like Brutus. President needs to do some reflection. He needs some time off. He needs to think things through because he didn't think things through. And in many ways, he let the American people down. That's a fact because now we are stuck with a brain-dead president who, if he lasts 6 months, it'll be a miracle given his health. Look at the way he looked yesterday. Looked like he was about ready to collapse. Kamala Harris is back there stirring her witch's brew, thinking about how she's going to bring in Bernie Sanders, Alessandro Ocasio-Cortez, Rashida Tlaib, Ilham Omar, all the rest, Adam Schiff, Gerald Nadler, all of it. This is what we have in store for this country. And therefore, we need to rise up. We need to wage a second American peaceful revolution. We can't depend on anyone in Washington. Let them stay there and continue to commit crimes against each other. Let's move the capital out of Washington, D.C., to either Philadelphia, where it all began. We can squeeze the leftists out of Philadelphia or some other place. And let's start over again, peacefully and legally, because we have the right to do so. And that's why I say read the Declaration of Independence. When the bonds of government are broken, I'm paraphrasing, we have a God-given right to abolish that form of government and to form a new government by and for the people. I'm saying we do that peacefully and legally. Maybe we set up a shadow government in Philadelphia and they can meet at Independence Hall like they did in the days, months, and years leading up to 1776. Because we have no government. They don't represent us. All they're doing is trying to shake us down. And I'm tired of it from both sides. And I hope you're tired of it too. God bless you. God bless America. God save America. That's my message for today. It is a message of hope because we, the people, have our own fate in our own hands. With God's grace, we don't have to look to any politician or any so-called government leader to lead us out of the mess that we are currently in. We must do it ourselves. And get my book and read it, and read the Declaration of Independence first. It takes a revolution. Forget the scandal industry. It's not like any other book. It wasn't just about trying to make money before the election. It gives us a roadmap on where we can start to wage a second American peaceful and legal revolution and save this country and save the vision of our founding fathers. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast. Until then, pray and be repentant and be humble and realize that with God, we will save this country. Thank you for listening to me.